We are now set for the main event.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my!
Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
Oh, that's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes.
Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Oh, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots. Score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going. Let's make history.
Pure power.
There's no way back from this, surely.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by That Prize Guy.
If you had the choice, what prize would change your life?
Yes!
Woohoo!
Competitions from as little as 5p per entry. What are you waiting for? You could be next to change your life with That Prize Guy.
Dreaming is all well and good, but a dream can't beat the reality of knowing that this vast kingdom is all yours. Is it time to make your move? We're ready when you are.
That was easy.
Own your first home with just a 5% deposit. Mortgages on Lloyds, bank on Lloyds.
Introducing the casino you love to hate, Mr. Q.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now! Let's go. How do you like it? On the show.
So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this.
Fight Night Prelims live on DAZN.
Hello and welcome to Liverpool, where later tonight Ben Whittaker is back in action and looking once again to show why he's talked about as a future world champion. That's our headline act coming up at 7 p.m. live on DAZN. But before them, 4 fights here on prelims with lots of local talent featuring Steve Clark, the very popular Scouser, with Luis Enrique Montelogo. Jack Power, the exciting middleweight, against the tough Novak Radulovic. And then Liverpool's very own Sam Norris versus Jafias Fayor. And Tom Rafferty versus Spain's Pablo Sosa. So much to look forward to. That's our prelims. About to start very soon. Alongside me, as always, Welsh legend Tom Jones, older brother Barry Jones, to take you through proceedings this evening. But we're ready for our first fight on prelims, so let's throw it over to David.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening and welcome to the M&S Bank Arena here in Liverpool, England. We are live on DAZN for a big night of world-class professional boxing. It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored tonight by Betfred, Drip, Events 365, Riyadh Season, North Defense, Fuel Hub, the 10% Club, That Prize Guy, and Everlast. All of tonight's bouts are sanctioned under the auspices of the British Boxing Board of Control. The steward in charge is Josh Sadler. Introducing your third man in the ring at the sound of the bell, scoring A-star referee from Fleetwood, Mr. Steve Gray. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds of boxing scheduled in the middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears solid black trunks. He scaled 11 stone, 8 pounds. Professional record, 12 victories, 10 defeats, 3 draws, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Palma de Mallorca from Spain. Please welcome Pablo Sosa. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the white with silver, official weight 11 stone, 9 pounds, 3 ounces. His professional record, perfect. 16 fights, 16 victories, with 6 of them coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Shaw, Lancashire. Please welcome the Tommy Gun, Tom Rafferty.
Let's have a cold break. You take 1 step back. No punches around the back of the head. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
Rafferty versus Pablo Sosa from Spain.
Seconds out, round 1.
Barry, you made the trip down from Glasgow yesterday. You got here safely. I'm looking forward to a good night of boxing tonight.
Yeah, it was a good night last night. I'm expecting the same tonight. Some good matches on the bill for sure. And I think it's going to be a scintillating performance from Ben Whittaker. Really do.
Yeah, Tom Rafferty, 16-0. 6 inside the distance. Unusual, really, for someone to have had so many fights and just to feature on small hall shows.
The thing is, Darren, sometimes you just can't get the opportunities. You know, you're not a big enough name, you don't sell tickets, and that might not be the case for Rafferty, but that's just sometimes what it is. Can't get the big through the big promoter, they're not promoting in your area. There's loads of issues why, but you stay busy.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he's been really, really busy, and that's good for his development for sure.
Yeah, he's sort of said he's gone under the radar, learnt his trade on the small hall shows, and now ready to announce himself on what is the biggest stage of his career so far.
And he's showing here what he's shown throughout his career, the bits I've seen of him, that he's solid, very neat with his work. And that's always a really good basis to work from.
Yeah, physically strong.
A lot like the guy in the corner there, Terry Flanagan, the former world lightweight champion, who was of that sort of ilk, wasn't he? Solid in every department, very neat, didn't give him much to aim for.
Pablo Sosa, as I say, from Spain, 12 wins, 10 losses. Only been stopped the once, though, from those defeats, so he's tough, he's a handful. If you give him a sniff of victory, just sort of pounce into attacks every now and again. Can be dangerous with that overhand right. He lost his last 3, but he was on a good run of form before that, winning 5 on the spin.
It's good there from Rafferty. Just went a little bit short with the jab there, just to oversell it so he can land with that right hand over the top. There's neat work here from Rafferty.
Yeah, brother of Jack Rafferty, who fights Eko Esserman on the Wardley Dubois card. What a brilliant fight that is. That's a cracker, isn't it? He started this one positively, hasn't he? Nice work behind the jab, looks strong, it's in great shape, he really does.
Yeah, just took a right hand there, that's you know, the first shot he's taken tonight so far.
And fires back with two, one to the head, two to the body, good work. Pushing Sosa off, looking strong, Rafferty. But unfazed so far, the Spaniard.
But you can see them coming. You can't get out the way of the shots, but you can see them just enough to tense up and sort of take the sting out of the punches. But again, that good workmanlike display so far here from Rafferty, going through the gears, not too much pressure.
Yeah, good variation with the shots there, just working that right hand to head and body, keeping Sosa thinking all the time, looking nice and relaxed. And I think a good word to sum up this opening round for Rafferty is composure. There is Flanagan in the corner. You can just see him outside, just leaning over the ropes there. But a good positive opening round there for Rafferty.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, again, he always keeps his hands up nice and high, elbows tucked in tight, and that's good, solid work there from Rafferty. It really is. And I think solid is the word that you would describe him as. He's a real solid pro. Does the fundamentals really well. Not loads of bells and whistles with him. But there's more things he could do as well. I think I like to see him just relax those shoulders a bit, so you can get a little bit different angle on the movement. But apart from that, he's a solid guy, and I think that just showed in that first round.
I think we had some slow-mo sound effects there. Did you hear it?
I did hear it. I remember after Usyk versus
yeah.
Josh. Who was it?
It would have been Joshua, wouldn't it?
No, it wasn't.
It was Wembley. So was it Usyk Dubois?
No, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was. It was Dubois Joshua.
Right.
And I went, ooh, yeah.
Yeah. He had to be there. Oh, big right hand to start this second round from the Spaniard Sosa. Just a little reminder to Rafferty to stay switched on. Again, I like that right hand to the body. Picked that well, just using the feet nicely. Missing with that left hook, but tucks up really well.
I think you can do that. We talk about it all the time. Just I always say injection of pace, but a change of pace and just speed it up now and again with only a combination. Then go back to your normal tempo. But when you got a solid pro like Sosa, who even though he's hittable, he can see it coming. He can brace up and half block most of the shots. It's a different pace of work that'll break him open and angles of attack. And I think just doing that for Rafferty and practice now in a fight like this.
Well, it was a stoppage last time out for Rafferty. Stopped Lewis Howes in the 4th round of that 6-rounder. Again, it's another 6-rounder for Rafferty. It's all been 4s and 6 so far. He'd be looking, as I say, to really put his foot on the gas now. Not just in this fight, but in his career.
But even doing 4s and 6, that's usually down to promote what they can afford to pay. It's not always like he doesn't want to do an 8-round or a 10-round. It's just small hall shows can't afford to pay the money for them. So it's hard though, isn't it? Without the big promoter backing, it's very, very difficult.
But looks an accomplished fighter, doesn't he? Does the basics really well. He's got a lovely jab. Just takes the odd needless shot. Nice jab from Sosa.
Got decent hand speed as well, Rafferty.
Yeah, nice jab. No signs, no shows. Nice right hand over the left glove of Sosa. Sosa from Mallorca. Ever been Magaluf? Can imagine you in Magaluf. No, not a bit of you.
I'm too much of a clean liver.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Nice jab to the body from Rafferty. Good footwork as well, back to centre ring. And although all these fights on those small hall shows, lots of experience, and he's showing that this evening.
Yeah, because he stays calm, doesn't he? He's always nice and calm, so that gives you the better vision then to see what happened there. See a gap and throw that left hook over the top.
I like the variation with the shots from Rafferty. Jab upstairs, he'll drop it to the body, as he does with that right hand. Little subtle movements there, you see, just getting back to the centre of the ring. Oh, nice 1-2. That was a good overhand right from Rafferty. You can see how tough Sosa is, though, can't you?
That's something it's got to be a change in pace, I think, to start breaking him down a little bit more. But that's good work from Rafferty the first round. Good body shot.
Yeah, there was a nice left to the body there, just crept through, but Sosa trying to mix fire with fire. Lovely jab to finish that round here at the Liverpool Arena. Change of main event here. Obviously, Callum Smith, unfortunately, had to pull out. That was a cracking fight we was going to have, wasn't we, against David Morrell. But Ben Whittaker in a test against Suarez. Braian Suarez, the big hitting Argentinian, as we're seeing these replays from Rafferty, Barry.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's solid work. A little bit more. He increased the pace a little bit more and worked on his good start in the first round and in that second round. The only criticism for Rafferty is that when he does his work, it doesn't look like there's a plan to do anything beyond that 2 shots he'll throw. Do you know what I mean? Like, you hit a guy with 2 shots and he just sort of like go again, pretty much. I guess.
You know, when we talk about going through the gears, it doesn't have to. I think some people think you mean throw in 8, 9, 10 shots. It doesn't have to be like that, does it? If someone like Rafferty who throws 2s and 3s well, you just take a little step back and go again, or step forward and go again with the 2s and 3s.
It's like getting used to the weight of a shot. You fight a guy who can punch a bit, but after a while, you get, when it's the same weight and pace, you get used to it, and then those punches don't become that much of an issue. But then all of a sudden, when someone whips a shot over the top, it changes the whole thing, doesn't it? You don't see it, you panic, and then go back to the heavy shot. And I think that's what it likes for a lot of fighters, having to just change the pace of your work now and again. That confuses your opponent.
Yeah, I like these little subtle body shots from Rafferty. Just sneaks that left through the guard of Sosa. They're hurtful, those shots. And made his debut, Sosa, back in 2011. I mean, I was still fighting. He was, what, 25 years retired?
Not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of us win world titles in our early 20s, and people like you have to drag it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a struggle.
Waiting for all the good fighters to retire.
Picking our moments carefully.
Yeah.
Exchanging jabs, the 2 of these, just missing with that right uppercut, Rafferty. Both standing in the centre of the ring, circling, aren't they, to the left-hand side.
Good head movement there.
Yeah, it's better.
Tipping the legs as well with it.
Sosa looking to mix up the shots now to head and body. He's looking to stab in that left, as I say that, the shot from Rafferty to the body. A bit of a marking, I think, to the left eye of Sosa. I think there's anything to worry about.
He likes it here, Rafferty, though. I think he's having the better of it. The Sosa's throwing back. The more gaps are appearing here for Rafferty.
Yeah, only the 3 stoppages inside for Sosa, so doesn't carry thunderous power. And you can see that he's looking strong here. Rafferty again working that left to the body once more. Then with the right.
That's it. I just want to say, you got to skip those feet around, and he did it lovely there, Rafferty.
Oh, this is that change of pace. It's not reckless, is it, Barry? But it's really effective. Right hand as well.
It's more intent, isn't it, with the work? Good shots. Solid. Hard pressure here, isn't it, from Rafferty?
He's looking good, isn't he?
They're a little
really
bit low.
Good.
A little bit low, well, say a little bit. Well low with that right hand. It's the right angle of the shot. You got to keep doing it, though.
What time to make a statement. It really is. Got Eddie Hearn sat ringside. Frank Smith. They want exciting fighters on their cards, looking to build big shows in Liverpool. Oh, big left hook from Sosa, but there's a left to the body from Rafferty, and down goes the Spaniard, Barry.
That's a lovely left. He had to take one himself, but the angle of that left hook to the body from Rafferty was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, both exchanging heavy blows, but it's the shot to the body that does the damage, and Rafferty smells the finish here, Barry.
If he just disguise it now, go on, rally up top with a few little flurries and then dip down to the body.
Well, it was the body shots that looked like they were doing the damage, and it is that shot that's dropped the Spaniard. This is really, really good. It's been an impressive second round from Tom Rafferty. It really has. Looking strong, looking switched on, and looking very dangerous.
That was a lovely body shot. We're going to see it here now in a minute, hopefully. He's working the body well. Couple of straight low, but he had the right idea. Tagging in that body. Solid display. It's a lovely left hook to the body. Right. As Sosa throwing that left hook over the top, he turns the body into the shot, and it gets him right through the midriff, right in the centre there.
Yeah, it was a lovely shot, wasn't it? Look at that. You can see the reaction from Sosa. And a lot of distress there. Oh, and the referee, Steve Woodard, waved this off. Sosa retiring in that red corner. And look, we said it, didn't we? What a time to impress, what a time to turn heads. Big platform this for Tom Rafferty, and he's got the job done, and he's done it in very good fashion, Barry.
Yeah, he looked solid. I keep using that word solid, but it just suits him so well. He came out methodically, you know, working high guard, working behind the jab. That's the Steve Mailer sort of maybe approach there, isn't it? Everything neat and tidy right down the track. But then just increased the pressure, didn't he? And then at the end of that second round, that third round, he came out with real intent. Pushed the pace, worked the body well, used his physical presence to push Sosa back. And that body shot there, he just got the angle with the one shot, first of all. And the second time, when he went to throw it, Sosa for the left hook, turned onto the shot. And Rafferty followed through with a beautifully angled left hook to the body.
Yeah, as I say, he's only been stopped the once previous, Sosa, in 10 defeats. And you can see what it means to Tom Rafferty there. Really made a statement. He had to, he wanted to. And he gets the nod here. But yeah, David's ready with a decision, which was a great display from Tom Rafferty.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Gray calls a halt to this contest at the end of round number 3, declaring your winner by TKO. He's still undefeated, Tom, the Tommy Gun Rafferty.
And not many would have known about Tom Rafferty, but they wouldn't have seen much of him, as we've been saying, featuring a lot on small hall shows, but he's taken this opportunity and he's done it in very good fashion. Smiles all round to Tom Stalker there. Already mentioned Terry Flanagan. Yeah, why not? I look forward to seeing him out again. Rafferty, a very good fighter. He's alongside our reporter Jamie Ward for the evening. Let's throw it over to Jamie.
Tom, congratulations. 17-0 now. You said at the press conference this week this was your big chance to impress that man down there, Eddie Hearn, ringside, and impress on the big stage. What did you make of that performance?
Yeah, I was happy with the performance, but as I say, I worked really hard in the gym. I live the life all year round. You know, I've got an amazing team around me. You know, Steve's been to the world level. He knows what it takes. My brother's going to world level. I can see how hard it is, to get there, and I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to work hard for my family, get a massive promotion behind me. I mean, growing up, I love Matchroom, you know, Eddie Hearn. I think it's brilliant, and if he wants to do something, that's great. If not, I'll find my way there.
Just talk us through the final moments of the fight then. Obviously waved off at the end of that third round, but that defining moment, took one yourself, and then that body shot came through the middle. Just tell us how you set that one up.
Yeah, I mean, patience. I weren't throwing it too much. I mean, that was a couple of fights ended with a left hook body. You know, my last fight did, and it's a good shot of mine, but I was being patient with a few shots there. That was the game plan, you know, with Steve. But yeah, I didn't really feel it. I was getting into the fight. The bigger rounds will suit me. You know, I've only got 6 there, but I know how hard I work, and I know when I get to long rounds. I just want to put in the next 18 fights. I want to see how far I can go, you know, how much bollocks I've got. I'm ready to test it, and look, I'm ready to give everything, and yeah, I just love this sport.
And at 28 now, Tom, how do you want this year to look? What would be the dream outcome for you in the rest of 2026?
I need some titles for my family, for my team, you know, my dad, my girlfriend, my kids. Like, I want some titles. That's what I'm interested in, you know. I want some silverware, and I want some big fights. And Steve, Joe, know I'm ready to step up now and just go through the ranks and, as I say, test myself, and let's see what I've got.
We look forward to what's next. Tom Rafferty, congratulations, 17-0. What a way to start here in Liverpool. Well done.
Yeah, cracking performance from Tom Rafferty, brother of Jack. I'm sure he will be here somewhere in attendance and be proud of the performance he's just put in. Really showed us what he's all about there. Well, 3 more fights to go here on the prelims before we head over to DAZN at 7 p.m. where the ever-exciting Ben Whittaker is the headline act for the 2nd time running. Molly McCann, super bantamweight contest against Ashley Johnson. That's a really good fight. Ashley Johnson really comes to fight, and we know what Molly McCann's all about. Then it's the first title fight. Joe McGraw versus Aaron Hayden, a clash of styles there. Really interesting fight for the Central Area and WBA Continental Gold Super Bantamweight titles. Leo Atang versus Victor Shavku. And as we say, Working back the front there, Ben Whittaker versus Braian Suarez. A really good test this for Whittaker against the heavy-hitting Argentinian. So much to look forward to live on your global home of boxing, DAZN. That was a really good opening contest. That was he was like growling at me then.
Yeah.
He does that sometimes, Barry. Honestly.
It's not you. It's you and your people. Why would the English fighters have a British flag and the Welsh fighter have a Welsh flag?
Yeah, but you're happy with that. I know you're happy with that.
I know. I smile on you.
Barry, just quickly, as we looked at that card, there's someone who's really excited us so far as a young professional is Leo Atang.
Yeah.
You know, in the division, I keep saying this all the time, searching for his next stars. He's really putting some bums on seats with these kind of performances, isn't he?
He really is. And, you know, people can complain about the opponents, and I know we get that. But he's a young kid learning his trade in the spotlight. He's afforded fighters who are just going to try and give him rounds, that's all. I mean, his composure for a young man is absolutely fantastic. We're not seeing it here, mind, because he's gone for the finish here, but the setup before all this work, he goes behind the jab, he works it long, keeps it long, but he's not afraid to pull the trigger and to go for it when he thinks he got you under trouble. And that's what you need from a heavyweight.
There he is. Sonny Edwards alongside him and the rest of the team. Always smiling, Leo Atang. But that last fight, we just see Dan Garber. There was a different approach to the fight, I felt. He just wanted to bash up Garber. You know, like you said, it's been real educated work before then, but there was a menacing, frightening look to his work.
But he's seen other heavyweights not struggle with Garber, but he takes them longer.
Yeah.
And I think for him, he wanted to prove a point that I can do it quicker than you, like all fighters do. And I think that is not a massive statement, you know, that kind of shake anyone up, just to say, listen, like, I am the real deal here, because I'm doing what you couldn't do in your 12th fight. I'm doing it early in my career. So, you know, I think he's a real talent, but he's young as well. And in the heavyweight, I think you have to just be a little bit careful how you match them.
Yeah, and that's the big thing now, isn't it, Barry? Like, how do you match him? How do you slow him down? I mean, because he's so young, he's still got so much developing to do physically, but also learning with that experience.
Yeah, and people then will align him with Moses Atama. And they go, he's on his own path. You've got to try and... I've just done it, unfortunately. He's in his own path, so, like, don't compare him with other prospects like that and fast-track him too quick. He got loads of time to learn. He's going to get bigger and stronger, like Joshua did. Look at a picture of Joshua when he turned pro to now. I mean, he was big then, but now he's all full. He's massive, isn't he? And I think they build that muscle over time, so they know how to work with it, you know, condition themselves to carry that weight around. And if he can take a shot, and in the heavyweight, that's always the biggest thing. If he can take a shot with his athleticism and speed and power and thought, then how can he not be a champion?
I know we've got to pull on the reins a little bit, but when you mention like Moses Atama, thinking about these next stars, it's so exciting.
No, but we can talk about that in a couple of years' time when he gets a bit further on, and then we get excited about unifications and big fights on British soil.
So good. Right, next up is Liverpool's own Sam Norris. So let's throw it back to David.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues from the M&S Bank Arena here in Liverpool with a special super featherweight attraction. Now entering the arena, Jaffias Foray.
Sher Khan in February. That was over 6 rounds. He's only been stopped 3 times. The last was in 2024 to Shabir Haydri. A lovely shot to the head. But as I say, usually tough, rugged, in your face, and looking to upset these young and up-and-coming talents. Just the 4 wins, 24 losses, as I say, but just 3 inside the distance. The tough, ever tough, Jaffias Foray.
And now entering the arena, the young undefeated Scouts Charge, Sammy the Bull Norris.
Well, here is the lovely, well-schooled southpaw, Sam Norris, 22 years old, from right here in Liverpool. nicknamed Sammy the Bull. Describes himself as a box fighter, wants to stay busy, and hoping to crack on and be close to titles mid to end of next year. He's been very positive and confident all week, relishing the chance to show what he's all about here in his own city of Liverpool. 22-year-old Sam Norris.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Liverpool, England, live on DAZN, we are set to go with our next bout of the evening, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. Introducing your third man in the ring at the sound of the bell, from Liverpool, scoring A-star referee, Mr. Mark Lyson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of boxing scheduled in the super featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears the black and gold. This 31-fight veteran scaled 9 stone, 6 pounds, 5 ounces. He hails from Oldbury in the West Midlands. Please welcome Braian Suarez. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the blue with white trim. He scaled 9 stone, 6 pounds, 8 ounces. His young professional record thus far perfect, 2 fights, 2 victories. Fighting out of Liverpool, please welcome Sammy the Bull Norris.
Okay, boys, follow the rules. Want you to obey my commands. Tell you to break clean. Defend yourselves at all times, boys. Good luck to you both.
Well, 4 rounds in your old division, Barry, the super featherweight division. And it's Liverpool's Sam Norris and with Braian Suarez. Yeah, 2-0, as I say, Norris. He's looked good, hasn't he, Barry?
Yeah, but this is a test for him, this is. Suarez is really awkward. You know, you see how long his left arm is for a start, so it almost takes away that advantage of having that southpaw jab automatically. You see it there, he can clip it on. He can put his foot on the inside and throw that left jab out on the outside and still land.
Yeah, good amateur. Norris won the 2024 Haringey Cup Gold. The 2024 Senior Elite semi-finalist, he lost to the talented Jermaine Bilwao, who's now 9-0 as a pro. Won recently.
Oh, good shot.
Yeah, it was a lovely shot, wasn't it?
2 good right hands he landed there for,
He's compact, isn't he? Paws with that lead hand, but tries to nullify his opponents, as I say. Only stopped 3 times. He knows how to look after himself. Nice left hand. Just take the sting out the shot there, didn't he? 4-8.
Better there from Norris, just in and out with the feet.
Yeah, lovely sharp jab, just inside that orthodox stance of 4-8.
But he's going to have to box this fight a little bit more like an amateur style again, he is, but he's going to be able to be in and out with the feet, so he can throw the jab, make him miss, and then make him pay with the second phase.
Yeah, positive on the front foot, trying to push back 4-8. He made his debut on the Brandon Figueroa and Nick Ball fight, beating Jack England, winning all 4 rounds. And his last outing was last month, beating Stephen Vincent again, winning all 4 rounds. Nice high guard, good footwork. Nice jab to the body, stiff jab. Now looking to go back upstairs with that left hand.
Just better when he gets a little bit of movement before he throws there, Norris. Gives him a little bit of better rhythm.
Nice little right to the body there. Sneaky shot to the body from 4-8. He just has a knack, doesn't he, 4-8? Oh, I was about to say to take the sting out of the shots, but he didn't that left hand. That was a beautiful shot from Norris. He's going through the gears now. Good work. Again, landing that left hand. Looking to finish with the right. Good work, this.
Yeah, it really is, yeah. And he's kept the pressure on here, Norris. That's good. He's still thinking about his work. Nice, clever, correct shots down the pipe.
Oh, another left. Looking for that screw shot with the left. This is really good work. Good variation. He's not taking his foot off the gas here, Norris. He said at Thursday's press conference he really wanted to make a statement, and he's doing just that in this opening round.
he's barely missed with a shot there. Norris with all those punches.
Yeah, 15 seconds ago in this opening round. Can he get the finish? Lovely left uppercut again from Norris. In real survival mode, 4-8. He may just survive, but what a good opening round from the 22-year-old from right here in Liverpool, Sam Norris. Well, so far, they're seizing their moments, aren't they? Tom Rafferty looking good, and that opening round there from Sam Norris.
And I say at the start of the round, I said this might be a test for it, because at the start of the round, you can see why with Forey, but once he landed with a nice solid left on the pipe there, Norris, he just kept that pressure on all the time. The half a step out, full step back in there, so he gets some purchase on the shot. Absolutely. He just slid that right foot across. That means he forced him to rotate with that backhand.
I'll tell you what, it's never nice getting it, but when you're 40 years old like Forey, it's even worse.
I would know, though. Didn't take any punches.
Good bit of head movement there, as he was demonstrating that.
10 seconds, corners.
But that was a really good finish to the round there for Norris. Accuracy in his work and intent.
Seconds out. Round 2.
Yep, second round here in this super featherweight contest. Only the 4 rounds here. And he started very, very quickly. That's been a nice shot, that left uppercut, come screw shot from Norris. You expect him, didn't you, Barry, to start this second round very quickly.
Yeah, but again, though, not with caution, but just make sure you're correct. You don't make any silly mistakes.
Yeah, he changes up the angle of that left really, really well. Sort of marks it in as a body shot, then he'll fire it through as an uppercut.
Nice shot.
Physically strong, doesn't he?
Yeah.
For a young man, Norris. A little bit of head movement, good variation, looking composed, and you said it in the last fight about Rafferty looking solid. He looks solid himself, doesn't he, Norris?
Yeah, he really does, yeah. And again, it's just, even with the feet, it's good with the feet. He's not bouncing around, but he's just sliding out of distance all the time. That's what he's for. He's just got to keep rejudging where he is.
That was a nice right hand from Forey. Trained by Anthony Croller. Actually Robbie Davis Jr. in the corner. Yeah, nice little spring in his step, looking to work behind that jab. Gliding out of range every time Forey looks to creep forward.
See, having a little bounce to your step or just a little movement of your shoulders, something can give you that impetus to get a bit faster with your work, can't it? It makes you more relaxed. I think he's been better since he's been doing that from sort of halfway through the first round.
Tell you what, it's a really good division, isn't it, domestically, the super featherweights. Yeah. Right through to prospects to top level, you know, the likes of Leighton Burke, Jermaine Dilwayo, as I say, who beat him in the amateurs. Weston Barney Smith, who looks unbelievable yesterday. Yeah, he was there, wasn't he?
The new British champion.
Yep.
At a young age as well, and he was just scintillating. He really was.
Go right up to Lee Wood, Ryan Garner, Josh Padley. And again, sitting down on these shots, Norris. He's been better, though, from Forey as far as not shifting as many heavy shots. That was a nice right to the body. But again, there's been good pressure from Norris.
It has, yeah. I think he's been overthinking. I mean, you can't bring a fight for thinking. Overthinking it, but he's maybe looking for that one big shot. He could have maybe just thrown a few more and maybe created the space for it. But it's not bad work. He's done really box really well.
Yeah, nice little step a moment ago, and then he threw that left to the body. He just did the opposite there. Good work. There's a lot of variation, really targeting the body of Forey. Nice jab from the man from the West Midlands. Yeah, really turning the hip through that, just narrowly missing with that left hand. Trying to measure in with that right hand, but another good round from Norris. Again there, Forey showing how tough he is. Some deep breaths, just looking at Forey in that red corner. It's an electric pace set from Norris.
I think in the corner they'd be saying more of the same, but just intensify it a little bit more, that's all. And you've got to be careful for it because you've got such strong levers and he does throw a little bit of orthodox, certainly with that lead hand, and he can catch you now and again. But I would say, you know, try and force him to let his hands go a little bit more. With your vision and your natural, you know, good boxing skills, you'll see the gaps, I think. You stay nice and relaxed, but just increase it a little bit more.
Yeah. Into the third round we go. We had a nice shot at the M&S Bank Arena here in Liverpool a moment ago. A lot of very good talent starting to come through, as it always has here in Liverpool. I'd say a city searching for his next star. Callum Smith still there.
Yeah, Nick Ball had a bit of a step, haven't he? You know, I mean, they don't make you a bad fighter overnight losing a world title, of course, but yeah, you know, they're looking for that that other star, I would say.
Right hand from Foray there. First 30 seconds here in this third round. Only 4 rounds in this super featherweight division. Lovely footwork from Norris. Going about his business here in good fashion.
It's better there. It's changing the angle of the feet there, Norris. Look at the circle. If you can slide that right foot across effectively, then you do almost get a free shot with your left hand then.
Yep, just changing up the direction of that left hand, head, body, just going wide with the hooks. I think it's going to be long. No stoppages from the first 2 fights of Sam Norris, but the way he throws the shots, it's like there's a bit of power there and he's still developing physically, you'd think. Nice footwork from Norris. Not exaggerating the movement, just enough to avoid the shot of Foray.
You can see he's a good amateur, can you? With the distance he gets, you know, to make you miss by a few inches and, you know, jumping back in, but not too far that he's punching over your past your head. He's getting the distance really right, so he gets the full leverage onto the shot. Yeah, he'll stop people for sure.
Yeah, and there's a real fire in his eye and intent to do damage. Boxing nicely here. Not wasting anything really, is he? Nice jab inside the orthodox stance of Foray. He's just looking to survive here, isn't he? Stay out of trouble. Take the sting out of these heavy shots from Norris.
Yeah, he came out the first round for it like we thought he would. You know, looking to maybe cause an upset, put a bit of pressure on you, make you know you're in a fight. But once you got tagged with that lovely left hand,
his last win, Foray, was in 2024, and that was against 4-0 Brandon Bethel. Bethel went on to win the Midlands aerial title, so I think he goes into the fights, doesn't he? Like you say, Foray, he's trying to win. He has a look, doesn't he, in the opening round, and if he takes a couple of shots, he thinks to himself, right, I'll save it for another day.
Yeah. Just land with a good left hand there, Foray. Right hand, sorry.
Yeah, he's got to try and draw out that lead of Foray, Norris. But otherwise, looking very, very good, composed, very strong, and looks like, to me, he's enjoying his work. There it is. Nice shot of the M&S Bank Arena. Ben Whittaker, Braian Suarez, top of the bill later on this evening. We go live at 7 p.m. on DAZN. Molly McCann, chief support, she's absolutely thrilled about it. Buzzing, looking forward to her contest with Ashley Johnson. I think that's a firecracker of a chief support there.
I was speaking to Enzo McAnally.
Yeah.
He's down here with her.
From Swansea, isn't she?
Yeah, he was up in Glasgow yesterday with the fighter, with the Conor McIntosh, but he said, I'll tell you what,
10 seconds,
if Molly wants a fight, this is the girl for it. She will really, really put it on
Seconds
her.
out for your 4th and final round.
Yeah, don't miss that one. Molly McCann, Ashley Johnson, chief support this evening. Well, final round here in the super featherweight division. Sam Norris, Tobias Foray. It's been a good display from the Liverpudlian. Just grabbed the fight by the scruff of the neck. Had a really good opening round. Foray doing what he does best. He knows how to look after himself, springs into attacks every now and again. That was a good right hand from Foray.
Oh, good shot there.
Yeah.
From Norris, it's like an uppercut come screw shot.
Yeah. And he does it to the body as well, doesn't he? Sort of loops it in, he stab it in. Good variation with that left hand of his, Norris.
Some good feints there as well from Norris. He didn't work off him, but he's showing that he's got a lot of little tricks.
And again, like you mentioned, all comes from that really good amateur background that he has. As I mentioned in the intro, 2024 Haringey Cup gold medalist. We've been there, haven't we, Barry? We know what good quality of opponents in that tournament. Europe's largest amateur tournament. Oh, look at the sink in, just telegraphing that left hand. But again, showing that desire to close the show in style. Sammy the Bull.
See, I think he likes boxing at a high pace. I know he's a boxer, you tend to think he'd be a slower pace would suit him. But I think he thinks better when it's more frantic.
Yeah.
So I think he has to set that pace. And I think that when he relaxes the shoulders, that natural movement he has coming forward, he can still punch long. I think he can be an aggressive fighter with those boxing skills, which just sort of contradict itself. But I think he's better that way.
He does. He has sharp reactions, doesn't he? Like he can change the direction of the shot at the last second and
readjust his feet as well very quickly.
Again, a little crafty right hand there from 4-8. Nice jab though in response from Norris. Bit head movement. Staying nice and relaxed. He's loosened those shoulders, as you say. Again, not exaggerating that footwork back. Oh, lovely counter left hand there from Norris.
Good go there from 4-8. They landed with 2 right hands of his own, but lack a bit of conviction than they had earlier on in the contest, and rightly so, because he knows if he makes a mistake, Norris can tag him.
Just over 30 seconds in this fourth and final round. A contest in which Sam Norris has looked good as he really loads up with another lovely left to the body. Look for the hook as well. 4-8. Look at the mixed fire with fire, probably not the best idea.
But these shots he's throwing Norris here, when he gets a bit older, matures a bit more weight on his back, of his body, they'll have some weight.
Yeah,
he throws it with menace, doesn't he?
And throws it properly, doesn't he? Turns the hip in and, like to say, a bit more physical maturity that will develop. Only 22. He's going to be a handful. Very, very good performance there from young Sam Norris from right here in Liverpool. He'll be happy with that. Robbie Davis Jr. will be thrilled with the man's work there. And I guess the key now, Barry, will be activity. Get straight back out as soon as possible.
Yeah, you want to keep busy and back in the gym. When you're young, you're always excited, aren't you, about the next hunters coming up. That was a good display there, because on paper, okay, he was never going to lose, but on paper that could have been a hard night for him. Before he can do that sometimes. And he tried it, and we've seen that in the first sort of 20 seconds. But then once he landed that big left hand, and the follow-up from that, which was impressive, then he had to settle for a guy who was a little bit more safety first from 4-8, which means he went the distance again, but he's shown lots of signs there that he will, as he gets older, maturer, and more experienced, will get those stoppages, Darren.
Yeah, he will do. And big smile on the face of both. Let's throw it back to David.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action here in Liverpool, we go to referee Mark Lyson's scorecard. It reads 40-36 for your winner. He's still undefeated, Sammy the Bull Norris.
Yep, moves to 3-0, Sam Norris. Looked very good there, winning every single round against Jafias 4-8. The tough nut from the West Midlands looked like he was going to struggle in that opening round. But he showed why he's only been stopped a few times, 4-8. But yeah, he'll be looking to be busy. Sam Norris, Robbie Davis Jr. there, the rest of the team buzzing with their charge for sure. And as I say, this city searching for its next stars, looking for people to headline in this fantastic arena. He's popular, posing with Double D, David Diamante, who I think is ready to introduce our 3rd contest shortly. There it is, the MES Bank Arena. As I say, change of main event. Ben Whittaker in with Braian Suarez. So much to look forward to. Good test that. But anyway, let's get back on with the action and throw it back to David.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues with a special middleweight attraction set to make his ring walk. Please welcome Nikola Radulovic.
Well, here is Novak Radulovic, born in Pristina, Kosovo, now based in Serbia. And we see him out recently, didn't we? The former kickboxer in with Johan Croft just a couple of weeks ago. Showed his toughness, but outpointed by the very impressive Croft, one half of the Croft twins. Lely Basaji stopped this man last year in 3. He's fought all over the place as Radulovic. France, Italy, Germany, Denmark, Sweden, Macedonia, Hungary and Finland. Not afraid to travel, but in with another good prospect in Jack Power.
And now entering the arena, the undefeated charge from Cheshire, Jack Power.
Well, here is Runcorn, middleweight, Jack Power, the 30-year-old, unbeaten in 7. Trained by Paul Smith, I can see in the ring. My former England teammate in the Commonwealth Games. 3 fights last year. Last out in December, beating Milial Sabtus, beating him comfortably over 6 rounds. The debut was back in 2024, beating Vasim Mamedov over 4 rounds. Very popular, you can hear the crowd, sold bundles of tickets and looking to impress this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the M&S Bank Arena here in Liverpool, live on DAZN, we are set to go with a special middleweight attraction. And it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. Introducing your third man in the ring at the sound of the bell, from Fleetwood, scoring A-star referee, Mr. Steve Gray. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds of boxing scheduled in the middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears black with red lettering. He scaled 11 stone, 7 pounds, 6 ounces. His professional record, 21 victories, 15 defeats, 1 draw, with 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Niš, Serbia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Novak Radulovic. Radulovic. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the turquoise with white trim. He scaled 11 stone, 7 pounds, 7 ounces. His professional record thus far perfect, 7 fights, no defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Runcorn, Cheshire, Jack Power. Power.
Of a cold break, I expect to take a step back. Don't throw deliberate punches around the back of the head. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
6 rounds in the middleweight division, and it's Runcorn's Jack Power, 7-0 as a professional, as I say, trained by Paul Smith.
Seconds out, round 1.
In with Novak Radulovic. He's 7-0, and he's looked decent, hasn't he, Barry?
Yeah, no, he's good, solid. That's my word of the night, isn't it, solid?
The right word, I'd say, Barry.
No, no, he's a nice stand-up boxer. You just see there, he got a lovely jab. I just think, you know, yeah, he's good. I like everything about him. Everything comes off that jab, and that's good. You know, when you're a tall, long fighter, you've got to work everything off that jab. That keeps your opponent away, keeps you pushing him back as well, so you get some leverage on those shots. And if he learns to turn into that right hand a little bit more, I think the power will certainly come.
Like Tom Rafferty and Sam Norris looking to put in a good performance here. He's been on a couple of big cards in Liverpool. The first was Charlie Edwards versus Andrew Kane. Jack Rafferty versus Mark Chamberlain. That was in Altrincham. Working nicely behind the jab. Jack Power, the former soldier in the army. Boxed for the army, captained the army boxing team.
That's good there. Nice jab. Okay, he doesn't shorten the distance with this. He makes sure he gets full extension on that left hand there, Power.
He had a tough time when he was younger. He lost his brother. He turned to the army, as I say, to sort of find some discipline. He stopped boxing for a little while, but then joined the army boxing team, as I say, then captained it. And really looking to push forward now. Nice couple of jabs there from Rajulovic.
Double that jab, double the jab up, or just step with that jab a little more, turn that front foot down, just get a bit more weight on that left hand, just to push him back a little bit.
Good work to the body, a couple of soft shots upstairs and 2 heavy hooks to the body from Power. Back behind the jab. As I say, Rajulovic showed his toughness last time against Joanne Croft.
He did, but with Rajulovic, you don't want to give him any good shots.
Right hand from Power there, good shot.
Just come out standing up in there, Rajulovic, just not a balance.
Oh, a nice counter left hook there as well from Power. So he carries a little bit of power. Just the one stoppage on the record, but
yeah, he does
some nice shots here,
Yeah, but it's because he doesn't turn into a shot. So that's what I noticed with him. If he didn't really use the body to get him, like I was a victim of that. I used to do the same thing. Just throw your arms, and I don't know, you get more speed on the shot. You see it there. If he rotates those hips with that right hand, especially with the length that he has and the speed he has, then he'll get some weight on those punches.
A little bit of blood above the right eye, doesn't look too serious. Jack Power, but it was a good opening round from the man from Runcorn. Actually, as I say that, there's some blood around the left eye, so perhaps it's the blood of Rajulovic that, although they are working on a little nick there.
I think there was a little clash of heads there, and I think maybe they just, you're going to see it now, hopefully. Oh, it's a good jab there from Power. That might have caused that cut. Just wonder what caused the cut on the top of the eye there of Power. This is just a graze. I see him have a little swab on it. Spot.
Ten seconds, corners. Seconds out. Round 2.
Yeah, I think that was really good advice from Paul Smith in the corner there. Just sharpen up a little bit. Just push in the shots instead of snapping them out. Power. And someone like Rajulovic, he just knows how to ride the shots and take the sting out of anything heavy. I think it's speed that will undo the Serbian.
Rajulovic will work off his work. Oh, good shot there from Power. I mean, once he has a bit of success, he'll work off it and keep going. You've got to do this from Power, you'll push him back.
Yeah, it was a lovely overhand right, wasn't it, to start this onslaught. Nothing reckless, just goes about his business in good fashion. Doesn't offer too many openings. Power looking to work behind the jab, looking for that right hand again over the top. Takes his head off the line well, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he can throw that right hand when he does take that head to the left.
Yeah, it just comes tall, doesn't he, Rajulovic? Every now and again, you can see the head just get snapped back.
And that's with that double jab, jab up, jab down, and then slide your front foot forward, and then just rip that right hand over the top.
I think we were saying something similar, weren't we, with Croft? When you got someone like Rajulovic, that feet, bringing your feet in, so important. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, slipped inside, didn't he, with that left uppercut?
That's good right hand there as well. He half took it there, Rajulovic, but he felt it. And you know that because he's fighting back.
Yeah, gamely as well. Some good shots from Rajulovic.
Good pressure here from Power, though. I think he's listened to the corner. He's put more weight in the punches, but he's not going crazy and making silly mistakes.
Yeah, 2-3 phases of attack from Power. Nothing silly, as you say, not being reckless, but just keeping his foot on the gas. Radulovic showing, again, his toughness, just nullifying the work there. Clever footwork from the Serbian. Oh, that was a... He looked for the overhand right there, Radulovic, but the right uppercut from Power was a peach of a shot.
Radulovic threw that right hand, brought that right foot forward, I get his name out my mouth. He squared himself up, didn't he? And that allowed then Power just throw that right hand through the middle. Why can't everyone just be called Jones?
Yeah, just straightening up the shots there, Power. Blinking a little bit, Radulovic. Ah, nice work there. It was a jab to the body. Boxing nicely here, Power. He's just relaxed, loosened up. The work is flowing a lot easier, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is, yeah. And like they were saying in the corner, he's pushing his punches in the first round, but now the shoulders relaxed. He's throwing them smooth and with more weight. So good right hand there from Radulovic.
Yeah, it was a good shot from the Serbian.
Again, you always got to just keep almost like your foot on his neck, haven't you? Can't give him any encouragement because he fires back.
Yeah, really good second round from Jack Power there. Relax, let the work flow. Looks very good. And I'm sure Paul Smith will be a lot happier with his charge. Well, this is the man that is putting a lot of bums on seats, turning heads, and looking very impressive. As I say, against Dan Garber last time out, there was a frightening, menacing look, approach to the way he went in to that contest. Always relaxed, looking good. In with Victor Shavku from Kazakhstan. Shavku could be in a bit of bother this evening, Barry.
You would think he is. I mean, but you know,
10 seconds.
You still got to keep your focus. You can't get ahead of yourself. Like, I mean, you know, we get excited, but he has to remain on the ground all the time. And I think he got good people around him and speak to a tank. And he seems a level-headed kid.
He does, doesn't he?
But no, let's hope it stays that way. They get a lot of attention, a lot of fame very quickly, heavyweights.
We've got Tony Bell, a couple of seats away from us. Tony, quickly give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Will Leo Atang go all the way? He said yes, he's put his thumbs up. We go back to this one, Jack Power working nicely behind the jab. Nice and relaxed. Oh, that was a good right hand again. Just waited for the shots there, didn't he, to come his way from Radulovic, who was sloppy in offence there.
And it's a great shot, and it's really well timed. But again, if he just turns into the shot a little bit more, gets a bit, pushes a little bit more off that punch.
And that right hand again, he's found a home for that shot, Barry, hasn't he? Using the feet nicely, just gliding out of range.
And just maintaining that distance, and that's what's making it better for him, isn't it? Giving him that leverage to get the shots into play. And Radulovic can't find the target because he's too far out.
Yeah, as impressive as he's been on the front foot, Power, he's equally been very good on the back foot, hasn't he? Used the momentum of Radulovic.
Yeah,
it's a tough waiting for that, wouldn't you? You was, I know you was.
Like past the slur, isn't it?
I mean, you weren't even pro long either. You got no excuses.
A long amateur career.
Okay. How many fights do you think you had?
Over 100.
Over 100, yeah.
Yeah. Look at my face. Look at my face.
Oh, that was nice. Slipped on the outside, didn't he? And landed that right uppercut. Power slipping on the outside of the right hand from Radulovic.
That's good from Radulovic, yeah, to take a shot, didn't he? Power then. But he just looks so much better when he's relaxed, doesn't he, Power?
Oh, right hand again. He walked onto that one, the Serbian. Oh, and again, a right uppercut. He's shown a very good chin here, Radulovic. Only been stopped 6 times out of his 15 defeats.
Again, just that double jab for Power then. Step with it with the front foot. Just gives you a little bit more impetus, momentum to throw that right hand, doesn't it?
Nice right hand again. Stepping his foot on the gas. 25 seconds to go in this third round. And I like the way he's just relaxed and grown into this contest, Power.
It allows him that fluency, like through the left uppercut, through the right uppercut, through the middle there. Just allowing it to turn the shoulders and the hips. He's boxing well, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, it's been a good 3 rounds this for Power. Certainly the last couple. Boxing nicely, the defense really good there, just gliding out of range. Tell you what, these youngsters on the prelims here, they've sold some tickets, Barry, as we look at these right hands from Power.
Yeah, he boxed. I think he just really upped the tempo in this round and just did so much better. I think he did relax a little bit more, and with that, it's not just more accuracy and more activity, there's been more power in the punches as well. Yeah, he looked good, really good. And as the rounds have gone on, his confidence has risen and he's looked better for it. Razulovic, he's still, he's always throwing a shot back now and again, keeping you honest.
I'll tell you what, just been listening to Paul Smith here, 1 sec.
Back to the jab. When he gets fed up with that and he steams in, push out of range, counter them. 10 seconds, corners. Keep everything tight, left hands up.
It makes Lely Buttigieg's 3rd round stoppage of Razulovic a really good victory.
Aged really well, hasn't it?
Yeah. As we say, the Serbians showing how tough he is.
Unlike me, who hasn't aged so well. Yeah.
In areas. Oh, right hand from Razulovic there, looking for it again, just telegraphing that second one. A reminder there. Does have 8 stoppages from his victories, Razulovic.
Well, Paul Smith in the corner was pretty much saying, keep going, do what you're doing, just be a little bit more aware of what's coming back. Keep those hands nice and high. And you should do, you should be punching from that range anyway.
We were talking, weren't we, before we went on air, just how important it is to be defensively sound. I think cover that off first. Make sure you've got your feet, your hands, your head movement on point. And then you can look at your shots, your offense. They can't hit you, Barry. They can't win.
That's right. I got it confused with, if I don't hit them, I'll win.
Giving that right hand to the body, Razulovic again just happy to be on the back foot and use the momentum of the Serbian to generate the power from Power.
And it allows Power to take a rest, doesn't it, now and again? Because he has the versatility to push you back or move around the ring.
And he's not aggressive, is he, Razulovic, with that movement on the front foot.
But even though he's awkward and his punches are hard to read at times, and he is tough and gritty, his feet are slow. So you can, if you can create the space, you have a few seconds before he walks you down.
Just showing that right hand a little bit power there, as he does with those 2 shots. Again, what Paul was saying a couple of rounds ago, think about speed, don't worry about pushing the shots out there.
And he's coasted a bit in this round, and he can afford to do it, Power. He's just got to be careful. Coasting gives another fighter confidence.
And it does seem
that's sort of
he is
rhyme,
coasting a little bit in this 4th round. Doing nothing wrong though.
No, but Razulovic is starting to get a little bit of something between his teeth here, starting to fire back with a bit of conviction.
Again, a nice jab, a little skip to his right-hand side, Power. Just avoiding that right uppercut from Razulovic. Oh, good shot. That was a lovely counter right hand.
Yeah, he couldn't get no weight on it because he was leaning back or moving back, but it was a lovely time shot there from Power. Reactions are really good, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Really looking to build momentum. Jack Power wants to be busy, wants to be active, wants to be fighting for titles, wants to be increasing the level of opposition. Nice, good right hand, a nice right uppercut right on the bell from Razulovic. And another youngster up next, D. Clark, trained by brother of Paul Smith, Stephen Smith. Very, very popular, Clark. Sold hundreds of tickets. He's up next. The former ABA champion. In a very, very good domestic division, Clark. Exciting fighter, isn't he, Barry?
Yeah, and he's got better. I think his last couple of fights, I think he's really turned the corner. I think with his strength and his intent.
So good to see the Smith brothers applying their trade and being coaches. So much knowledge. I know we know this, but what an incredible story. The four brothers, the titles they've won, the fights they've been in. It's incredible.
I mean, we've had like 2 people in a family win world titles, or 2 people in a family be successful, but to have so many. I know the Suns are coming up, by the way, and they're winning. I mean, it is quite unique, and I don't think it's meant. We mentioned it quite a lot. I don't think it's mentioned enough.
I remember speaking to Liam Smith on a podcast, and him saying when they were all kids, they used to rush home from school so they could spar in the front room. As we get back to this one, Razulovic really going for it and looking to exchange power with Razulovic. I don't know if he was hurt with one of those shots, but the Serbian really growing in confidence in this contest.
But again, that coasting, allowing the fighter to walk forward, giving him confidence, there's no need for that. I mean, you could take a rest, but you still got to make sure you're being dominant. That's better, get behind the jab, but you've got to start increasing the work with that left hand now for Power, doubling up with that jab, working the left hook off the jab, and then trying to walk him onto that right hand.
Yeah, needs to be a bit quicker with that jab, just sharper, just allowing Razulovic, because he's pouring these shots and not snapping the shots, it's giving the Serbian the opportunity to find these counters. And again, as we said in that previous round, he doesn't suffocate you, does he? He doesn't have the sharp feet to really pose real pressure on Power.
But he throws on quite awkward angles, so they're hard to defend against, I think.
Jack Power that was throwing a lovely right uppercut. It's Razulovic now. He's taking a leaf out of Power's book, and he's starting to throw that shot. As I say, he does have a winning record, Razulovic. 21 wins, 15 losses.
There's no panic stations here for Power. He's just been put under a little bit of pressure in this round and just lost a bit of the control of the fight, I would say.
Yeah, looking for that right hand again, where there wasn't any jab, and then took the step back. But the gloves of Razulovic just protecting from that right hand. That's a better jab. Just sharper, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a little half a feint before he threw the jab, like giving him more weight.
Oh, just on the back of the head there from Power, just spam around the target, didn't he? Yeah, Steve Wood just having a word with Jack Power. Again, trying to walk. Oh, Razulovic onto the shot, which he does do. Power, but back comes the Serbian, just trying to let Power know that he's not hurt.
He was,
a good shot, wasn't he?
He was. He literally, his legs stiffened up there. I thought he was going to fall forward. And again, good, lovely shot there from Power.
Ade Oladipo just showing me the right uppercut that Power threw as he goes down to work. Really good stuff from Power. That was better, wasn't it, Barry, at the end of that round?
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, he finished that round strong there, Power.
Keep your fucking shape, stop losing your shape, okay? Stop losing your shape, you can hit it.
Have a look. Good work, wasn't it, from Razulovic, though. The patches in that round.
He invited that, Power, to be fair, especially early in the round there, just coasting the round before. Give Razulovic a little bit of confidence. They want to push forward, put pressure on you, thinking you're tiring. But later on the round, that's a lovely shot. Look at that. Oh, brilliant work. Just the whip in that shot's fantastic. And look at it. His legs went there and he had to hold on.
And that's what he's been trying to do, hasn't he? Through the entirety of this contest. Use the momentum of Razulovic, and that was a lovely, it really was a lovely shot.
Keep that left hand up. Listen to the shape, yeah?
Seconds out for the 6th and final round.
Well, last round in this middleweight contest, it's been a good one. Jack Power and with Novak Razulovic sort of grown into this contest, but in patches, Powers looked very, very good after being a little tense. Paul Smith asking Brent to sharpen up in that second round, which he did do. But the Serbian's showing how tough he is and how much he wants to win. But that right uppercut really was a stunning shot, Barry.
Yeah, and he's at that stage now where, because he's not a massive puncher power, though he's shown a bit of power in this fight, but he's not a huge puncher, so you've got to increase the tempo without making silly mistakes. You've got to stay safe, but still keep the pressure on.
Yeah, looking to finish strong here, isn't he, on the front foot. He knows he hurt Razulovic in that last round, and he's implying good pressure here, Power.
The distance for Power is lovely there. He's judging it really well. So he's able to put pressure on Razulovic, but keep that distance that he can throw lengthy, nice and long.
But when he throws that 1-2 or throws that right hand and he puts that head to the left-hand side, he looks a very good fighter. He really does. Nice right uppercut taking on the gloves there from Razulovic. Yeah, good final round this so far from Jack Power.
Got to be careful, doesn't he?
What a shot that was, and the legs have gone slightly there from Razulovic. He slipped on the outside and threw that right uppercut. And he's not taking his foot off the gas here. Steve Wood's getting very close, and he does stop the Serbian Novak Razulovic. Jack Power gets his second stoppage inside the distance against a very tough fighter, Barry. Good victory that for Jack Power.
Yeah, it really is. Razulovic is not very happy with the stoppage, but he took 6 or 7 unanswered punches there. Didn't answer back. His head went back on a couple of them. So I think the referee did the right thing there. But yeah, really good performance there from Jack Power, I thought it was a really solid word from him there. And I keep using that word all night. But he increased the tempo. Once he relaxed and started to flow, he looked really good. It looked like he was a bigger puncher. The accuracy was there. He took a round off, and that gave Razulovic a bit of confidence to push on. But then he readjusted very quickly there, Power. That uppercut in the last round to wobble him, and then there, the barrage of punches, I thought the referee was spot on.
Yeah, Razulovic not happy at all. But it was a very, very good final round from Jack Power. He started very well, and you felt Razulovic at times might be growing in confidence, starting to creep forward, didn't he? But he made the correct adjustments, got the job done, and looked very, very good. So 3 out of 3 so far on prelims. Let's throw it back over to David.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Gray calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 1 minute, 37 seconds of round number 6, declaring your winner by TKO. He's still undefeated, Jack Power.
Yeah, Jack Power moves to 8-0 as a professional. And that a very good display. He said at the presser he wanted to look good, he wanted to turn heads, bums on seats. Very popular, you can hear the crowd. And he done his job this evening. Looked very good in doing so. That was a really, really good final round. He finished the 5th, didn't he, with that beautiful right uppercut. And he didn't let Razulovic off the hook. At the start of that 6th round, you can see the big smile on the face from the man from Runcorn. The rest of the team there, Paul Smith, Tom Stalker, they'll be buzzing. It's about now being busy, being active and edging closer to title fights. Yeah, showed off those pearly whites, and why not? Been good so far on prelims. 3 really good fights. Barry, next up, Steve, 9-0 as a professional. Very, very popular and very exciting.
Yeah, and I think it took him a little while to adjust to the pros. I think he had the boxing skills, but he looked like he lacked strength. That's just the truth of it. But I think the last few fights, we've seen a different Steve Clark. I think he's looked stronger. I'm not saying he's going to be some KO artist all of a sudden. He's a boxer, he's a clever boxer, he's a good, long, neat boxer. But he's starting to show that maturity, that strength, that at this weight you need. You know that, it's your weight. You need a bit more of that as well, you need to push people back. And I think we're starting to see it. So I think now we're going to see a new guy. And then the next 2 or 3 fights, this including that, we're going to see a much improved fighter, I feel.
Yeah, former ABA champion, lots of talent there, lots of pedigree. And in a division with so many good names now, he must be buzzing to be a part of it.
Yeah, he's a little bit behind them at the minute, but all it takes is 6 months to get you there, and then all of a sudden then, you know, your English level, your British level, and you are looking at all those fighters then. I mean, and domestically, it's a fantastic, it always has been domestically a really good division, I think, and it continues now with this new crop of talent.
I think we're ready for the popular Scouser, so let's throw it back over. Oh, we're not. Let's have a look at the main card. Before we throw it to David, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself there. Looking forward to this fight. But this is what we've got coming up live from 7 p.m. The exciting heavyweight Leo Atang in with Victor Shavko. Joe McGraw versus Aaron Hayden. That for the Central Area and WBA Continental Gold Super Bantamweight titles. That's a good fight, good clash of styles. As is Molly McCann versus Ashley Johnson. Two fighters are going to lock horns in the centre of the ring in that Super Bantamweight contest. Then it is the change of main event here in Liverpool. Ben Whittaker versus Braian Suarez. A good test this for Whittaker to see where he's at. They're talking about potential world title shots or opportunities in 2027. So a statement win important, but Suarez, can he upset the apple cart here this evening? David is ready now, so let's throw it over to him for the exciting Steve Clark.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Liverpool, England, live on DAZN, we are set to go with a special middleweight attraction. Now entering the arena, Luis Lobito Montelongo.
And here is Luis Enrique Monteligo, the 30-year-old Mexican. 18 wins, 16 losses, only been stopped twice. He's a tough man. You'll be very good to stop him. The then 17-0 Carlos Vasquez was the last to do so in July last year. And the other was against the tough handful Carlos Ocampo, who was 36-3 at the time. He looked twice the size of Montelongo. A good test this for Steve Clark. The tough Mexican, Luis Montelongo.
And now entering the arena, the young undefeated Liverpudlian, Steve Clark.
And here he is, the very popular Stephen Clark from Liverpool. 9 wins, no defeats, 2 inside the distance. 3 fights last year, 1 this year, and that was in Feb, beating Lewis Howes. He stopped him in the 8th round on the Nick Ball, Brandon Figueroa card, and that was his first 8th rounder. The 2023 Elite Amateur Champion, as I say, beat Jimmy Sains in the final. That potential rivalry that could move into the pro ranks. It's a fight I'd love to see anyway. A very good boxer, well scored, behind a lovely stiff jab. A lovely fella as well. Fist pumping. Liverpool legend Tony Bellier as he makes his way into the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the M&S Bank Arena here in Liverpool, live on DAZN, we are set to go with our next bout of the evening, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. Introducing your third man in the ring at the sound of the bell, from Liverpool, scoring A-star referee, Mr. Mark Lyson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds of boxing scheduled in the middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears the solid black trunks. He scaled 11 stone, 6 pounds, 10 ounces. His professional record, 18 victories, 16 defeats, with 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Peleando desde Ciudad de Mexico, de FACDMX, he fights out of Mexico City, Luis Lobito Montelongo. and his opponent across the ring fighting out of the blue corner. He wears blue with white. He's scaled 11 stone, 7 pounds, 8 ounces. His professional record, perfect. 9 fights, 9 victories, with 2 victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Liverpool, please welcome Steve Clark. Clark.
Okay, boys, both know the rules. Want you to obey my commands. Tell you to break clean, defend yourselves at all times, boys. Good luck, boys.
8 rounds in the middleweight division. Mexico's Luis Enrique Montelogo in with the very popular Steve Clark from right here in Liverpool. We've got all the Smith brothers now. Stephen, coach of Steve Clark, Paul Smith in the corner with him, and Callum and Liam both sat next to Eddie and Frank Smith. And as we've already pointed out, he's an exciting fighter, isn't he, Barry? But one certainly to watch as well.
Okay. Nice solid left hand there from Clark. And that's the weapon of choice, and that's what he works everything off, that left hand.
Yeah, lovely stiff jab. You can see the footwork as well, on point, always looking to use those to get out of trouble, avoid the shots from his opponents.
But also, you've noticed the last couple of fights, he's starting to close the ring down against opponents now. Even though he's a mover, he's starting to just block it off a little bit and be a little bit more aggressive in a thoughtful manner.
Yeah, only 24, so maturing still. And yeah, you're right, he does look strong, doesn't he? A lot more physically imposing. A little bit of reddening around that right eye of Clark. He just fires in a nice 1-2, Barry.
Yeah, and because he has good technique from a good base, I mean, he's never going to be a KO at it. You've got natural power, some people have, some people haven't got it. But because of his technique, and he's starting to find that strength, I think he will develop that power to hurt you and then get the stoppages.
Yeah, solid punch up, well scored as we've said. Takes a nice little skip there, away from Montelogo. It could be a handful if you give him the opportunity.
You just got to keep him quiet, haven't you?
Yeah.
Keeping him quiet is keeping him at range.
It's that big overhand right that every now and again he throws the Mexican. It's a dangerous shot. It's a little slow with hands and feet though. Montelogo. In reply though, that is sharp work from Clark.
It is. And they're not shots that are going to hurt you, but they're shots that you're going to want to react off and then make a mistake and snatch at your shots.
They're the correct shots as well. They're the longer format. This is second 8-rounder. They soften the target, don't they? They soften your opponent.
And they do that. They force a reaction, but then if you use your feet correctly, you can half skip out and jump back in, or you can pivot to the left and then come back again.
Nice little feint there from Clark, and then stepping forward with the double jab. Another stiff jab there from the Liverpudlian. Grabbing this fight by the scruff of the neck, isn't he?
Yeah, and I like the approach of being more positive. You just got to be careful he doesn't close the distance. Lovely shot.
Yeah, sharp.
Lovely, snappy right hand.
Yeah, it was a lovely right hand from Clark. And again, demonstrating that really good amateur pedigree that he had.
And just shows that he doesn't need a shot. That he can be aggressive and advance and close the distance without getting too close.
Good footwork as well. A couple of steps back, then back to centre ring.
He knows he's getting stronger, doesn't he? We mentioned it earlier, but you can see he feels it.
Yeah, lovely fella, as I say, but really growing in confidence. There's no arrogance to him at all, but you're seeing a bit more of a bullish Steve Clark in here this evening. Good opening round.
Lovely sharp hands there from Steve Clark. All correct technique, lovely. Look at that, turning those elbows over the top as well to just get that torque on the shot to really make an impact.
Yeah, impressive. Opening round that from Clark. So popular. Sold over 500-600 tickets when he fights.
10 seconds, corners.
Sure, it'll be more of the same from Stephen Smith in the corner there, Barry.
Yeah, he did nothing wrong, did he? And it's fine. I just be wary of not closing it because you've been aggressive and not over eager and close distance too close and allow Montalongo to get into the fight and tie you up or even catch you with a short shot. That jab and that one long two are your entry points every time for Clark. And just a readjust with the feet to half in and fully back in. Half out, sorry, then fully back in with the feet.
He just does the basics, the simple stuff really, really well, doesn't he? Just takes a right hand there. That's the shot he needs to be wary of from Montalongo. That right hand over the top. But otherwise, he stayed really compact, disciplined with his work.
That's good feet there from Clark. It's just skipping out the short little steps.
Yeah, just dancing around centre ring. Clark, nice little spring in his step, little feint as well, trying to unlock the defence of Montalongo.
He is skipping out, but he's using that circle, isn't he? That centre circle. Like, you know, that we're all taught as an amateur. Try and stay within that and use that as your parameter around the ring.
You can see he does it all naturally, doesn't he? He's not having to overthink about his placement in the ring. Again, as you see there, just skipping correctly to the left-hand side there, and now he's pushing Montalongo back. I think this has been impressive from Clark.
Yeah, good body shot there from Montalongo, but needs more of it. That's a nice short right hand there from Clark.
Yeah, the knees seem to stiffen up for a second there from Montalongo. It was a nice right hook from Clark, tucking up well there, the Mexican.
There's just a new confidence to him, isn't there? And this is the last few fights I've seen the difference. Where these punches early in his career was the same work, but they were touching the target. As I slap you, people don't know. But now he's punching through the target. It's a different approach.
Did you slap me then? I didn't feel that. Yeah, it was a
nice left hook.
An 8th round finish last time out, as I say, against Lewis Howes in his first 8th rounder. Yeah, there's a real confidence, a good demeanour from Clark. Really positive, really strong looking Clark.
Just needs a little bit of change of angle of the shots now. Montalongo's just covering up nice and tight, just blocking the straight shots. You just got to like try and screw shot that jab maybe now and again through the middle.
And the pace is good as well, isn't it, for Clark? You know, he's not rushing anything. Oh, nice right uppercut on the back foot there from the Liverpudlian.
You've been watching Jack Power.
Yeah. Another really good round. 15 seconds to go in this second round. Our last fight here on prelims before we go live at 7 p.m. where we start with Leo Atango on the left hook there from Montalongo. Just a reminder, you've got to stay defensively sound. Another good round from Clark.
Held your feet a little bit too often at times there, letting them get a chance. Okay.
Yeah, another good solid round there from Clark. Technique really, really good. Being aggressive, even when he was moving around the ring and moving back, still landing with a quality work there. And for the most part, keeping Montalongo very, very quiet.
Back to the jab, back to the box, okay, make the ball short, land on it. When you get close, they'll always get down and elbow. Okay, we'll start seeing the more progressive over the next round. Same time, we make it stop.
There they are.
10 seconds, corners.
Two of the 4 Smith brothers. Callum and Liam. They weren't bad, were they?
They did a bit, didn't they? Did a bit. The 2 world champions there, sat ringside.
Incredible. I mean, incredible, remarkable. Well, Adam Smith sat next to me, and he just pointed out the legs of Steve Clark. They're solid. Really, as we've already pointed out, Barry, really physically maturing, growing into this division, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
And that is transferring into his performance as well. A confidence. And that would do it, wouldn't it? That last win against Howes, stopping your opponent in the last round. He's obviously working hard in the gym with Stephen Smith, developing nicely.
And everybody matures at different times in their life. You know, he's still only young, isn't he?
Oh, counter left hook there from Clark.
like Naz was a man when he was like 15, you know what I mean? And other people don't get it till they're later.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still searching for mine, you know.
You
call me the babyface assassin.
Just called you the baby.
That's what they said about your punch power.
But I got my man said the 28, retired the 25.
Again, Clark on the front foot. Again, nothing silly, not wasting nothing. Could be quite easy for Clark here to become reckless and greedy, if you like, but he's not. Again, just working that 1-2 lovely, Barry.
Yeah, I mean, he's not making any mistakes. He's not rushing his work. He's not like allowing Montalongo into the fight at all.
You just pointed at the feet there. Impressed?
No, I was pointing at the camera. Someone was talking in my ear.
Oh, okay. Well, again, the feet are impressive, though.
Yeah, impressive.
So is your face, Barry.
I mean, he's making little small movements all the time, so he's just not giving any openings at all.
Bit more variation as well in these attacks. It was a nice right hook, then he looked to drop that left to the body. Again, always looking focused and ready for whatever's going to come back his way from Montalongo, which is so important.
I think he can drill down the line a little bit more here. Good shot.
That was a good right hook, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, it just grazed the target of the Mexican there.
But he moved his butt. He moved the weight of his body over to the left to get the leverage for that right hand.
This is really impressive, the way he's going about his work. He's not wasting much. He's not reckless. He's not greedy, but it's a good pace.
And he's trying to break a man on here who's being very, very defensively minded. Closing shot pretty much. So again, like always, the angle of the shot's going to expose it here. And that's all he's lacking here, Clark. Doing everything right except for maybe take your feet on a different angle or throw through the middle a little bit more.
20 seconds to go. Yeah, it was really, really good from Clark. Again, back in the Mexican. Montalongo onto the ropes and lands another left hook. The Mexican showing his toughness. As I say, a really good approach to this contest from Clark. A real confidence from the local lad.
Yeah, good work there from Clark. There's landing the left hook, but moving around the body there. So he threw the 1-2, then just spins around the body. Gives him an angle for that left hook. Just gets it before Montalongo. But again, just showing a bit of natural, a bit more man strength than he never had before. Being able to be a presence in front of his opponent, and solid, solid work.
Okay, back to the jab, taking the out, special walk on. More and more as it's going on, as you see, you know, with
10 seconds calling.
When you get close, you fire, he fires past.
Second up.
Okay.
Round 4.
Into the fourth round we go of this 8-rounder in the middleweight division. Local lad Steve Clark in with Luis Montalongo from Mexico. And it's been a really impressive 3 rounds for Clark. The work, the physical maturity, and what I've been impressed with as well, Barry, is the thought about defence.
Yeah, control, isn't it? Be controlling in the display. I want to be aggressive. I want to make more of an impact with the shots, but still, I'm not losing my shape. I'm not losing my concentration. Nothing wrong with that?
No. Working that left hand well, head, then dropping it to the body. Nice right to the body from Montalongo.
Actually, the only thing that's missing from Clark is now just a different angle of attack. Whether it just be the punch.
Oh! Huge overhand right from Montalongo. Drops Steve Clark out of nowhere. He rises to his feet, Clark. He looks to recover the flash knockdown, but that was a heavy right hand, Barry.
Yeah, it was a heavy right hand. Lovely shot from Montalongo. Out of nowhere, by the way.
Well, he's under the cosh here, Clark. He's got to hold, he's got to move, he's got to stay out of trouble. Looking to grab hold of Montalongo. Still plenty of time on the clock. Over 1 minute and 30 to go. But that was the shot we were saying he had to be wary of, that overhand right. Can he survive, Barry?
I mean, it's just a mad game, isn't it? You make no mistakes all night. You make half a mistake, and you have to pay for it. Good shot again there from Montalongo.
Oh, he was looking so good, wasn't he? Clark Can he nullify this threat of Montalogo? Can he grab hold? Can he move? Can he stay out of trouble? Can he even walk Montalogo onto the shot? Lands a nice jab there, Clark. The crowd are loving this.
Got to be careful here, Clark. Still unsteady on his legs.
Oh, good work from Clark. Throwing a 1-2, showing his toughness, showing his heart and will to win here. Incredible round of boxing.
Good body shot.
It was, wasn't it? Left to the body for Montalogo. Mexican just walking onto a couple of shots here as he looks to land those heavy hooks, though. Just good defense from Clark.
Just haven't got the accuracy, is he? Montalogo here. Got the intent to want to get those punches off. He's just swinging a little bit too wildly.
He's got those hands high now, Clark. That right hand was a shot out of hell. And the nice left hook from Clark rocks the head back of Montalogo.
Oh, he's doing well to survive this so far here, Clark.
Oh, and that's better rolling under the shot from Montalogo. What an incredible fourth round here at the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool.
Lovely 2 left hands there from Clark.
Wow. Incredible stuff, Barry. You have a look at this shot, Barry. Big overhand right.
Look at, he just touched it with the jab, so he just let it come back a little bit low, didn't it? A lovely time right hand there. You just see it now, he's punching solid with that jab, it was touching. A little bit lazy with it. And a great right hand over the top there from Montalogo.
Straight to his feet, didn't he? Really, really quickly.
I thought it was the end of the fight there. Even when he got up, I thought it's going to be an onslaught here, but Montalogo didn't have the accuracy to make him pay for it.
Back to your boxing. Switch on. Inside hold, see ya. Be aware of what's on that inside. Come on, claim him.
What they've been saying in the corner there, Stephen Smith, Barry.
But they're going to say what they've been saying. I think they'll keep nice and tight. Look defensively minded, just get behind that jab and make sure it comes back. You've got to throw the jab high so it comes back high. It doesn't come back low.
As he regained his composure, Clark.
But you can't change the way you've been boxing. You've been boxing so well.
Yes,
and you've been dominant. So you've got to keep... And also, if you start boxing differently, he'll smell the fear and he'll jump all over you. So you've got to keep doing what you're doing, but just keep that concentration.
That was a nice right uppercut from Clark. You can see what he was trying to do, couldn't you, with that jab before he got knocked down. He was trying to draw out the lead from Montalogo, but just...
It did, it worked, and it worked.
It did, yeah. If you're looking to do that, you've got to be ready to react.
But he has been before that. Like, I mean, he would have moved the feet back a little bit. But this time, he just didn't.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He's ticked a box here, hasn't he? He's shown us something. He's shown himself something here, Clark. He's landed some good uppercuts, good body shots in this fifth round.
You're right there, because people think when people get knocked down, it's a negative. And it sort of is, but I mean, how you react to that getting knocked down says a lot about you as your career goes on in the future. And it wasn't, and I know Montalogo's not a massive puncher, but it was a really well-timed shot.
Yeah, right on the point of the chin, wasn't it? Right over that jab of Clark. That's better with that lead hand. Stiff double jab from Clark. Rolls under. That right hook, that left hook, sorry, from Montalogo. Better defensively there.
Yeah, up to this point, he's the concentration and he's got back on track here, hasn't he, Clark?
There was a little right hand inside, though, from Montalogo again. Got to be wary. Incredible when you think about it. From the 18 wins Montalogo's got, only 4 have come inside the distance. So you wouldn't say a concussive puncher, far from it. But just shows you up. Even someone like yourself, Barry, if you get...
It's true, though.
No. Good footwork from Clark. Nice right to the body from Montalogo. Just missing with that left hook upstairs, though. Better again there, Barry, wasn't it, defensively?
Yeah, it's hard to keep that concentration all the time. People don't realise how mentally draining and physically draining it can be. But he's done well. He's regrouped really well in this round, Clark, to be fair.
He's done well, hasn't he, as you say. In this
without running away and shying away.
Yeah. Yeah, he's held his feet, hasn't he? He's boxed nicely. He's not offered any openings to Montalogo, who would have been buzzing, I'm sure, when he went back to the corner for the previous round, but a little bit different going back to the corner after this round. A better response from Clark.
Really good round. Actually good. Yeah, it's really good. Just keep on. You've got a good round. It's tough. I need to see more of that. Okay. More of that. Stay like that. Stay on 20. Don't need to see anybody stand up to fight. Discipline, things. You'll see the swings when they're coming, okay? You just got to stay low, make sure we're rolling them. Bang, pick your moment in your backhand, always roll low. Stay switched on, okay? Just get back up, get his hand up round, don't you? Okay? Discipline, don't let him touch you. Okay? Hard hand, you move forward. Get your box. Really. All the time. Don't take a shot. When you get close, box.
The one word that was prominent there from Stephen Smith was discipline, Barry.
Yeah, and I think he showed it in that last round there, Clark. But he has to maintain it.
You see Stephen Smith as well asking him to roll under the shots. He's done that well, Clark, under the left hooks and right hooks that have come his way from Montalogo.
And people don't realise with jabs, there's two parts to the jab. There's a attraction and reaction. You've got to bring it back the same way, haven't you? You retract it the same way it goes out. And usually, so if you throw it low, it's going to come back low. If you throw it high, it'll come back high and it'll come back fast.
Tony Sims always described it as a snake's tongue. Out fast, back fast.
Yeah, it should be. Even when you're throwing a heavy shot, by the way, it should always be the same sort of thought behind it.
Nice counter jab there from Clark. Just finishing a nice combination, avoiding the shot from Montalogo, who tucks up well. Nice jab again, that's better. He's just a lot more sharper and accurate with that jab. To be honest, he was before. It was just a couple of little pouring jabs that cost him. This is good work though again. Screwing those uppercuts through the guard of Montalogo.
Again, I go back to the thing, just little things that you want looking for a fighter to do a little bit better. And I think when he gets him on the ropes, just even though he's not going to be a slipping and a sliding and a pivoter really, but just a little step to the right. I mean, it just gives you a different angle to throw that right hand through the middle.
Looking for that right hand over the jab again. Montalogo, more of an arm shot there. There's a snap left the shot of the Mexican. Good work. He's increasing the tempo slightly, Clark. Stabbing the right to the body now, going back upstairs with that jab. Nice feint. He's avoiding that left hook as well, coming back from the Mexican.
He's got to be aware here, Clark, because he was used to power in the shots. Not there, man. That was a good shot. But he was just touching a little bit of those shots. And now maybe Montalogo was just waiting for you to make a mistake again. Kind of time you.
Left to the body, nearly sort of lent into it there, Clark. But good work again with a straight 1-2. Pushing Montalogo back into that blue corner. Good variation there, the right uppercut followed by the left to the body. Hasn't really been that troubled, has he, Montalogo, with any single shots as such. That was a good right hand, though. Nice straight 1-2, then tucks up. Avoids the shots coming back from the Mexican. Oh, lovely counter right uppercut. He took that well, Montalogo. Just led right over that front foot. Better than we started the round by saying one of the words that Stephen Smith used was discipline, and he showed plenty of it in that round there.
Every time, bang bang and a big discipline with your backhand. Discipline, time up when it's close.
Round 7.
With 2 to go in this intriguing contest here. Final fight on prelims. A fight in which Clark has boxed really, really well. Bar that one right hand that decked the Liverpudlian. It's a huge shot, wasn't it? But he's bounced back and he's boxed well, Barry.
Yeah, he's boxed well throughout, I think. And that last one was more like the old Clark, I would say, when he was like wasn't really committing to the shots. He had one big right hand, but he was more touching with the punches again. So obviously a little bit wary now because he has been dropped. But I mean, up until that point, he was boxing really well, solid, confident, strong with his punches.
Good footwork again, straight 1-2. Textbook stuff, then using the feet to avoid the shots coming his way from Montalogo. I think he's going to be in some exciting fights, Clark, as he lands a lovely jab again. I've already mentioned the division buzzing around his sort of level. Montalogo just looking for that left to the body, just taking on the right arm of Clark. Gets back behind the jab.
Yeah, trying to move that head after he's throwing there, Clark, as well. Nice work.
Good boxing.
Yeah.
Montalogo looking to creep forward behind the jab. Just gets caught with a jab from Clark though, then looks to fire back to the body. The Mexican looks to slip inside, just misses with the left uppercut. Like you though, he must have thought, Montalogo, that it was curtains, it was over.
Well,
He's got the job done.
He went for it, his accuracy let him down dramatically.
Good work again from Clark. Boxing nicely here. Picking the shots and moving. Oh, lovely. Walks Montalogo onto a 1-2 there. The Mexican lands a shot to the body, but it was the work from Clark that caught the eye there.
Yeah, he's recruited really well here, hasn't he, Clark? Really has. That focus, that concentration's back on point.
Yep, not rushing his work, not getting greedy. It's textbook stuff here.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's exactly like, it's just not complicating things, is he? He's found the formula that works for him, he's just sticking to it.
And it's made it very difficult now for Montalogo to find that right hand or find any counters. If he hasn't moved his feet, Clark, he's moved his head, he's rolled under the shots. As he does there, really, really good. Ah, lovely jab as well from Clark. I like the way he rolls. He doesn't sort of lean over the front foot. He bends his knees, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He rolls correctly. 10 seconds to go.
Good body shot there from Montalogo, but not enough of it.
There was a nice right to the body as well. Right near the end of this round from Montalogo, but good stuff again. A smile from Clark as he walks back to his blue corner. There'll be a lot more happy in that corner, Stephen and Paul.
Good right hand there from Clark. He's boxing really well here now. He's regrouped, go back to his boxing, go back to that focus and concentration, and just punching nice and neat down the line.
Starting to fill here in the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool. Lots here for this man, Steve Clark. Remember, we go live on DAZN, 7 p.m. We start the evening with the very exciting Leo Atang in with Kazakhstan's Viktor Sharkov.
Second out for your 8th and final round.
Well, 1 to go here in this middleweight division clash, and it's been a good fight. Steve Clark, local lad, in with Luis Enrique Montalogo, the 30-year-old Mexican who had Clark down. That's a nice left hook to start this 8th round from Clark.
Again now, you know, you just want to close the show now. I mean, you don't need to do anything dramatic. The fight's in the bag. You just got to be sensible with your approach here now, Clark.
A couple of good right uppercuts there from Clark. Finishes with a jab. Montalogo looking for that right hand, but lands a nice left to the body there. But using the feet correctly here, Clark. Lands a nice, good counter left hook, then back on the jab, just stopping Montalogo from creeping forward. A massive, massive learning fight this for Steve Clark.
Yeah, well, only because of the knockdown. That's the truth of it. Otherwise, it's just been an easy night's work for him, I think, up until that point. He's boxed really well, and he's created the easy night by using his skills. So he's done that for himself. But the only kid was getting off the floor.
But okay, then a massive lesson, I guess.
No, I'm not trying to criticise. I'm not trying to criticise your wording. I'm just saying it is that because of that. But it's just that one little blip.
Most criticised my wording. Thanks for sticking up for me, though.
I didn't mean to, by the way.
Nice jab from Clark on the back foot. Moves back to the centre of the ring, though. Mexican looking to fire a couple of shots through the guard of Clark, but just taking the sting out of the shot. Good footwork again from Clark.
Yeah, and the hands are nice and fast and sharp, aren't they? Again.
Can make it so easy for himself, can't he? When he uses those feet well. But it's been impressive, it has, it really has. And that big box ticked for Clark.
And also, it's boxing, you know, you can't, you do one little half a mistake and you sometimes can pay for it, and a million times you don't pay for it. That's just how it is.
You can't swim without getting wet, and that was the case here for Clark. It's a heavy shot from the Mexican, but he got to his feet and he's regrouped and he's looked very good for the remainder of this contest. The second 8-rounder, as I say. Ejected. Montalogo. Creeping forward, look at the fire. Shots over the top, though. It was a nice right hand, but not much in the shots now from the Mexican. 15 seconds to go in this 8th round. It's been a good contest. It's been a good prelims, full stop. Seen a bit of everything. Clark just finishing with a few jabs on the back foot, staying out of trouble, landing a nice left hook and a right hand to finish this contest. Real good 8 rounds, a real good fight for Clark. Very good. Other than that knockdown, as you say, Barry, an impressive display.
Yeah, and I just think, again, I think it's just shown his development in the last few fights for me. Even though he did get knocked down, apart from that little blip, I thought his tactics are really good. His strength, his power was really good, an improvement, I think, from the last few fights. And his focus as well. And get off the floor and having to reconcentrate yourself is a difficult thing to do for most fighters. And he did it quite comfortable. He took a round off with ease with the weight of the shot, and then in that last round, tried to put more power in the shots again without losing his shape, concentration, and the plan they had.
Yeah, a good 8 rounds that for Steve Clark. Montalogo will come again and test these youngsters. Throw it back to David.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds here in Liverpool, we go to referee Mark Lyson's scorecard. It reads 78-73 for your winner. He's still undefeated, Steve Clark.
Yeah, Steve Clark moves to 10-0. And then an entertaining 8-rounder there. Boxed really, really well. Discipline was used a couple of times. That lacked for a split second, and he was caught, he was dropped, but got to his feet. But they'll be happy with their man there. Very popular, as I say. Lessons learned, Barry.
Yeah.
Well, this is what we had on prelims. Steve Clark there just beating Luis Montalogo, looking good. Jack Power looked good, didn't he, against Novak. Rajulovic stopping him in the final round. Sam Norris beating the very tough Jafias Fayor, and Tom Rafferty looked very, very good, didn't he? Beating the tough Spaniard Pablo Sosa. A really good prelims card here. Some exciting local prospects to look forward to, and this is what we have later on this evening. Well, very shortly, 7 p.m. on DAZN. We start off with Leo Atang against the experienced Victor Shavko from Kazakhstan. Then the title fight, Central Area WBA Continental Gold Super Bantamweight title, Joe McGraw versus the slick stylist Aaron Hayden. And then this is a cracking chief support, Molly McCann versus Ashley Johnson. That is fireworks from the off. Then it is tonight's main event, Ben Whittaker looking to show us why he's edging closer to a world title shot against Braian Suarez. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you tune in about 5 minutes time, live on your global home of boxing, DAZN.
Let's go, baby.
Wow! Time to perform. Hey, yo, Ben Whittaker in the building, make some noise!
Back on the attack.
When you walk out pretty like that, you gotta back it up.
Liverpool, the home of unforgettable fight nights.
This guy has it all. He has the ability to light up British boxing and world boxing.
Ben Whittaker steps in to prove he is the future.
The surgeon operated perfectly.
Electric.
Of course I know how to showboat.
Unmissable.
I know how to bring the glitz and the glam.
Wherever he fights, it's box office.
Speak to anybody who knows boxing, they know where I can go.
We are what we believe. We are Matchroom Boxing.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by That Prize Guy.
So, my friend, are you having a good trip? I've been charged loads for using my card abroad.
Really? I've got a Wise card. They don't charge crazy fees when I spend abroad.
Clever. I've been using my bank card. I may have to ask these guys for a bit of a discount.
A smart current account from Wise saves you up to 80% on fees when